And welcome back to North of the Broad. With me now is Jonathan Haupt, who is, as you know, the Executive Director of the Pat Conroy Literary Center, and intern Millie Bennett. Welcome.
Hey.
It's nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And we're talking Camp Conroy. It's actually the 5th year this summer for Camp Conroy. I can't believe you've been doing this for 5 years, and it continues to grow, Jonathan.
It does.
So tell us, for those that might not know what the camp is about, when it is, and what the mission is.
Absolutely. So we've just opened registration for this year's camp, and it will be in the middle of June, June 13th through the 24th, which is a Monday through Friday for 2 weeks. It's a day camp, so we run it from 9 in the morning till about 4 in the afternoon. And during the camp, we have about 20 campers who will research, write, illustrate, design, and ultimately publish a book together. So they spend the first week really creating their own stories and poems and plays, whatever their writing interest might be, and coming up with interesting ways to illustrate that through whatever their art form might be, painting, drawing, photography. And in the second week, it becomes a more collaborative experience. So they start really focusing on pieces that they would like to publish together as a group. And they also get to create some pieces together as a group too.
And the ages are 8 to 14.
That's right, yeah. So we have some very young campers who are just all about creative exploration. And we have some kids who've been with us for multiple years and have a slightly more refined sense of the process now,
very
too.
Good. So, Millie, what's the inspiration for Camp Conroy? What would you say?
When Pat Conroy arrived at Beaufort as a teenager, he found a supportive group of mentors in his teachers at Beaufort High. His principal, Bill Dufford, was one of these mentors, and during the summer between his junior and senior years, he worked at the high school's campus with Bill Dufford, and he later recalled it as the best summer of his life. And that campus is now Beaufort Middle School, actually.
Okay.
So what we wanted to recreate for Camp Conroy is we wanted young students to be able to work with adult instructors and with peer mentors and have the greatest summer of their life while writing and making art together.
Right, and you'll be involved this year as a counselor or?
As a counselor, yes ma'am.
Very good. So how many campers are we expecting and instructors and all of that?
The first year we did this, when we barely knew what we were doing, we had 9 campers, and it's grown over the years to be as many as 30 campers. Right. This year, our target is probably 20 to 22 campers, and about 5, maybe 6 of those students are attending on scholarship, which is funded by our community members. But we also have the benefit of camp counselors, and 2 of our original campers, Lee and Alex, have transitioned from being students to being counselors now, and Millie will be joining us as a counselor as well. So we'll end up with about 5 counselors altogether.
That'll be fun. Now, how do families learn more about the camp and register and all of that, Millie?
Well, registration is open through May 31st on our Eventbrite page, which is linked through our website and our Facebook. We have scholarships available, which you need a letter of interest plus writing your art samples, and those are also available through May 31st. And we have a new scholarship this year that is in memory of Maura Connolly, who was one of the camp's original instructors in its first 2 years.
Oh, how good. Very good. Now, you have been an intern here at the Pat Conroy Literary Center under Jonathan for 6 months.
Yes.
How has that experience been? And what about this guy? Tell me the real story.
He's okay. No, it's been great. I love working here, and it's been a real growing experience, and it's been a really good experience to come to out of the pandemic when I just spent the entire time in my room. I didn't want to talk to anybody, really grew into my shell, and then just got to come here and grow out of my shell and really rediscover my community. I mean, I've lived here for about 7 years, and I was born here too, but I just never really knew much about Beaufort, but it's been really amazing to discover it through Pat Conroy's literary eyes and his words, and through the words of others that have come here.
And so, I know you're proud of this new intern
Absolutely.
you have. She's a junior.
Right? How could I not be?
How could you not be? Millie, so nice to meet you, and Jonathan. So I'm excited about Camp Conroy. Again, it'll be in June for 2 weeks, and you can go online and get all the information and register.
Everything's out there right now.
Right. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us for this edition of North of the Broad, and we'll see you next time, everyone, from the beautiful Pat Conroy Literary Center.